All right, the Basement Gourmet. We're making a chicken and sausage gumbo. Got our ingredients here. We got some good sausages here. We got some Richards, regular andouille. Then we got some Savoirs, pork and alligator. A pound of beets, 2 pounds of sausage. Got 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thigh cut up into pieces. We got our celery, bell pepper, onion, garlic, some bay leaf, vegetable oil. We need some flour too. And our good old Tony Chachere's seasoning. A little bit of our blackening seasoning and chicken stock. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up this sausage and brown it off. Alright, let's get this pan heated up here. I like to do, I like to split that sausage down the middle. Important, got to have some good andouille sausage for gumbo, in my opinion. We're going to start off with a good bit of oil in there. Usually about a cup of oil total for this to make the roux and everything. That's probably about half a cup. Plus we're going to get some oil out of the sausage when we brown it up. We'll probably do this in 2 batches. Okay, we'll do about half and half. What we'll do is we'll brown it off, and we'll drain it on some paper towels over here. So that's browning up nice. Starting to give off some of those juices there. Don't overcook it. Get it browning up a little, get some of them juices flowing. Now we're going to take it and put her on some paper towels here. And I'll drain her off. We'll do another batch. It's a pretty big batch here. The gumbo's real good left over. Actually better the next day, I think. Freeze is good too. Take a couple of Tupperware containers, freeze it up, and I'll break it out. We want some gumbo, just make up some rice. Good to go. Alright, we're going to season this chicken up. I like to season it up with a little Tony Chachere's. Mix that up real good. Be careful with the Chachere's, it's kind of salty. You can overdo it for sure. We'll do some of that, some of our blackening seasoning. Okay. We'll get that pan back on the heat here. We'll start browning that up. A couple batches. Probably 2 batches. Alright, it's looking pretty good there. Don't need to cook it all the way through, just get it brown a little. Get those flavors working. And we'll go ahead and drain this off on paper towels. We'll do the next batch. Alright, we got all our meat browned off. We're going to go ahead and start doing the most important part of gumbo, making the roux. So we're going to add, we had about a half cup of oil initially. We're going to add about another half cup, about 1 cup of oil total. I know that sounds like a lot, but you're going to see we're going to do a lot of skimming as the gumbo cooks. We'll skim a lot of that oil off the top. We want about, maybe not equal parts flour. We want this roux kind of on the thin side. We're going to throw all the veg in there and saute them in the roux when this roux gets really dark and chocolatey colored. It's going to take about 30 minutes to cook this roux. And you don't want to leave the stove. You need a little more flour. I don't really measure the flour or oil. I usually just kind of go, it's about a cup of oil. Maybe about 3/4 cup flour. So you don't want it real thick, like you might think you normally have a roux. You want it kind of thin. Not like that, looks good. That flour work there. It's pretty good right there. I think we're going to leave it at that. We're going to turn that heat down pretty low. And just keep working this. Don't want to let it sit too long without stirring it. It'll burn on you. It's going to take about 30 minutes. Get a good, it'll about look like Hershey's chocolate syrup. What you're wanting. Just keep kind of stirring it. You know what I mean? Just kind of work it. Make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. Alright, she's been going about, I'd say, 12, 14 minutes. You see she's starting to get dark. About, you know, looking about like peanut butter now, but still got a good ways to go. We want that dude looking like Hershey's syrup. Don't want to burn it though. The fine line between what you want and burn. Alright, now that's what we want right there. Nice dark. Looks about like chocolate syrup. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to add our veg in there. You want to be careful with this roux, man. This stuff is hot. A lot of times there's a lot of moisture in the vegetable. It could splatter on you a little. I even put on a... Alright. Go ahead and throw in our bay leaves. Garlic. See now some saturies. Get all those veg worked into that roux real good. See that? Get them all coated. I will let these cook up for probably a couple, 2-3 minutes. Alright, the veggies have cooked up. We're going to start adding some chicken stock. Once again, if you got homemade, always better. Get away with some good box stock on this thing. Try to make some easy dishes, shortcuts. Using 3 boxes. Alright, we're going to add all our meat back in, our sausage, and the chicken. Okay. We're going to bring it up to a boil. And, skim the top for anything that comes to the surface. We're going to cook her for about 2-3 hours. Should be good to go. Alright, so it starts boiling there. You get all this foam coming up. So now what we want to do is back that heat off a little. Just start skimming all this foam and oil and all this stuff. You'll be amazed how much you're going to skim off the top over the next 2-3 hours. That's what you want to do. You want to get a low, just a slow boil going. Come back about every half hour. And skim the scum. Don't skim it. Eventually it's gonna, see all the grease there? See how that grease puddles up to the top? You're gonna take put a lot of oil in here, but you're gonna skim a lot of, see, look at all that. There's an oil slick on there. The Valdez. Alright, so we've skimmed off, that's the 3rd container we've skimmed off there, so about, and we're topped off, so a little over 2 cups. You can see see how it gets cleared when you get rid of all that grease. We still got some more. what you want to do is just get a slow boil going like we got here. Just kind of slowly working. Let that dude go for about 2-3 hours. Keep skimming. May have to add a little water, a little stock maybe. We're taking a lot out, so we may have to actually go ahead and put in. Got some more stock around, that's even better. We'll throw in just a little bit of water. Alright, so you want to get to the point. You still got some scum, but you want to get to the point where you come back, there ain't no scum on the top. We're getting close. We're going about an hour and a half, hour and 45. Let's keep skimming it out. What we'll do now, it's been going a while, we'll give it a taste. One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little cayenne pepper, give it some heat. Gumbo's got to have a little heat. Just a little more saturated. That's about it. Alright, we're going to finish off this gumbo. Like I said, we're going to do a little blackened shrimp on top. You don't have to do that, but we're going to today. So we got some shrimp, some raw, peeled, deveined shrimp. We'll hit them with our blackening seasoning. Mix them up good. Get a little oil in this pan. Put that shrimp in. Just want to cook this good. Good blackening on it. It's a good color there. It won't take long. We shrimp, small shrimp. A couple minutes. Shrimp's looking good there. Feel that heat. We'll take a little bit of our gumbo. Bay leaf in there, get rid of that. Don't give that to nobody. A little bit of that broth, that rice there. Take some of our shrimp. Like I said, the shrimp's optional. You don't have to do the shrimp. It's nice though, nice touch. Shrimp around the outside. One on top. Some green onion. There you have it. Some chicken sausage gumbo from the Basement Gourmet.